Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur. I spent 7 years as a side hustler before diving into entrepreneurship full time. Before making the leap, I was bringing in 6 figures through my side hustle. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the 283rd episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, your word for 2026. Now, I know some of you do this, some of you don't, but I am going to share a little bit about creating a word to carry you through the next year. Now, I am dropping this episode on the 1st of 2026, so depending on when you're listening to this, I really hope that by the time we're done, you are able to find a word that resonates with you that you can take into the year. And again, I've done this, for as many years as I can remember. I've picked a word, and really the whole idea behind picking a word is, what is my intention? What is the mantra that I'm going to replay in my head as I go through this year? What is the thing that I want to achieve? What is the thing that I want to become? What is the word that's going to be my defining word as we enter 2026? Now, I can tell you, for me, 2025, this past year, was a whirlwind. Lots of things going on in my personal life. And I will say I ended 2025 with lots of big personal wins, huge wins. And when I was sitting down and I was praying, I was journaling, and I was coming up with, what is the word that I want to bring into 2026? And the word that came to me so clearly was unstoppable. I feel like when I look back on my own personal life over the last few years, I've had a lot of things that tried to take me out, tried real hard to take me out, and they haven't. And I feel like as I go into this new year, those things that were threatening to take me out are gone. And I have this whole year in front of me, and I'm so excited with, what am I going to do next? So the word I am taking into 2026 is unstoppable. It resonates with me. I feel it in my bones, and I'm so excited for it. So I want to help you in this episode come up with your own word. Mine's unstoppable. Yours might be entirely different. Now, how I like to go about creating a word for 2026 or for any year, the first thing I like to do is reflect back on the current year. So I'm going to encourage you, you could do this as you're listening to the podcast or find time to do it later, but just take some time to reflect back on the year. What were some really amazing things that happened? What were you proud of? What did you achieve? What were some struggles that happened? What were some things that you didn't anticipate? What were things that really got in the way, or maybe things that you wanted to do but didn't accomplish? So before we can look forward, we always have to look back. But then also look at where you're at right now. We are entering a brand new year. How are you feeling? What are you excited for? What do you want this next year to look like? And what energy do you want to bring into it? So the first thing we're going to do before we create a word, we're going to look back, we're going to look at present, and we're going to look at what do we want to happen. Now, I'm going to share some different categories of maybe where you're feeling, and then I'm going to give you some words that you might want to take. And you might find your word as I'm sharing, or you might come up with it later. But I kind of came up with some different categories of where dietitian side hustlers might be feeling as they're entering 2026. Now, if you are feeling like, as I enter this year, I am looking at growth and expansion. I want to stretch, build, evolve, rise up. Here's a list of words that might resonate with you. Unstoppable, like my word. Expansive, limitless, evolving, rising, becoming. Bold, amplified, upward, activated. Now, maybe you're like, I'm not feeling that, Katie. I just want peace. I want ease. I want my whole nervous system to be regulated. This was me last year. I was like, I just want peace. So if you're someone who entering 2026, you're like, I'm not feeling it right now to, grow, to expand. I just want to take care of me. Maybe you want calm. You want rest. You want softness. Maybe you're even seeking emotional safety. Here are some words that might be a good fit for you. Calm, steady, grounded, gentle, spacious, peaceful, regulated, rooted, slow, balanced. I know for me last year, last year I started with a word, but then I ended up having multiple words. And so, two of the words that I actually carried with me were grace and grit. And a lot of it was having grace with myself. And the thing that I wanted more than anything was peace. I do vision boards and I put olive branches on my vision boards because olive trees represent peace. So that was me last year. And maybe that's you right now. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of hustling. I just need to take care of me. I need to slow down. I need to be present. Now, maybe you're entering 2026 and you're feeling a newfound confidence. You're feeling courageous. You're really feeling like, okay, I want to trust myself. You want to stop doubting yourself. You want to stop second guessing yourself and you want to fully show up as you enter 2026. So maybe your word will be confident, brave, anchored, self trusting, certain, secure, embodied, decisive, worthy, strong. Now, I said my word is unstoppable, but I actually have three. I call them reminders because again, I pick lots of words. And actually one of my sub words, my kind of reminder is the word strong. Just reminding myself how strong I am, even when I think I'm not. Now, maybe you're entering this year, and it kind of goes along with like the previous one. I talked about peace and ease and all that, but maybe you're going into this year of like, you know what? I really want to take care of me this year. I want to focus on self love. I want to help focus on healing. I want to focus on me as a whole person. So if that's you, if you're feeling like, I just want to focus on self kindness, I want to focus on taking care of me as a whole person. And I know oftentimes, a lot of listeners of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast are women, of course, men, but we know women, moms, we are nurturers. We tend to take care of everyone before we take care of ourselves. And then we often hit that tipping point of, why am I so burnt out? And so maybe your point right now is like, I need to really focus on recharging my batteries. I need to focus on healing myself. I need to focus on filling my cup. So if that's you, maybe your word could be whole, healing, compassionate, nurtured, enough, kind, integrated, forgiving, or softened. Now, maybe you are entering this year and you are feeling like, I am focused. I am ready for 2026. I am going to be disciplined. I am focused on momentum. Momentum is a big word that I use a lot. And I actually have it. You'll be seeing me use that word a lot throughout the year. But maybe that's you moving into 2026. You are ready to show up, to follow through, to be consistent, to have structure, and to do the thing. If that's you, maybe your word is focused, consistent, devoted, disciplined, aligned, committed, intentional, clear, steady, or relentless. Now, maybe you're feeling like, okay, maybe I don't want to hold on to the reins so tightly. Maybe my whole purpose as I move into 2026 is I want to let go a little bit. I want to go with the flow. I want to trust and I want to surrender. So these would be words for someone who maybe you're like, I want less control. I am too much of a people pleaser, perfectionist, control freak, and I need to let go. I need to have more faith. I need to trust my intuition and I just need to go with the flow. So if this is you, maybe a word you could pick would be trusting, open, allowing, surrendered, guided, receptive, faithful, light, effortless. Now, maybe you are going into 2026 and you're just feeling like, oh, I'm in my fun era. I am just wanting to focus on joy, being present, being alive. You want to have, more creativity, more fun, and just enjoy this one life we get to live. So if that's you, maybe your word is joyful, playful, alive, radiant, lighthearted, curious, expressive, free, or creative. Now, maybe you are entering a year and you're like, I just, I feel so strong. I want to focus on leadership. I want to focus on the power that I have within me and the impact I want to make. So if you're feeling like I'm ready to step up, to lead, I want to make a difference, maybe your word is powerful, influential, visible, leader, impactful, directive, bold-hearted, So, those are just some ideas that I came up with for you guys. And I think one of the things about being human is we're all so different. We all have different values, we all go through different seasons. And for me, I look back at the past, gosh, I've been reflecting a lot lately because it's been 4 years of being a full time entrepreneur. And I feel like every year has been a different season, a different season of what I needed, a different season of how I approached life, a different season of just how I showed up in business and life. And so when it comes to your word, it's really about, again, where are you now and who do you want to be? What do you want to carry into 2026? One of the coolest things about being human is that we have this power in our mind where we can make a decision and we can act and we can choose something maybe different than what we're experiencing right now. And it's, of course, it's not easy peasy, like I'm going to pick a word and life will be like that. But this word is meant to be a constant reminder of who you are, what you need, and what you are bringing into 2026. And all of you listening are in different places. You're all different people, but you are all amazing. And 2026 has so much opportunity, it has so much potential. There are going to be things that happen in the next year that are so amazing you can't comprehend it. But we also know life's going to life. And there's also going to be things that you don't predict, things that are probably painful, things that hurt. And this is part of being human and part of life. But regardless of the highs and lows that we're going to experience in 2026, what is that word? What is that intention that you want to bring with you? For me, I'm bringing the word unstoppable into 2026. So for you, I hope that maybe I said a word. Maybe I said a word, and when I said it, you're like, oh, that's the one. Or maybe you need to take some time to reflect. Or you might be like, Katie, I don't want to create a word. That's fine too. You do you. But I would just encourage you guys as we move into the new year, pick a word that you want to carry with you. So, in closing, I want to say thank you to all of you who have been loyal, amazing listeners to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Whether we have met or not, I appreciate you and I am cheering you on. Now, as I am entering my unstoppable era, I have lots of really exciting things that are coming up, exciting plans that I have within the brand Dietitian Side Hustle. And the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I mentioned it at the end of last week's, well, the podcast I dropped, I think yesterday. I'm doing like two in a row here. I didn't put out an episode on Christmas week, so I wanted to do one as we started the new year. So I am doing a free 3-day challenge at the end of January. It's going to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I know Mondays can be crazy, Fridays can be crazy. 5-day challenges can feel like a lot. 3 days feels doable. I know y'all are side hustlers, you are busy, but I also know that you have big dreams. So I am doing a 3-day side hustle starter challenge. And this is going to be designed for you to start your first or next side hustle. We're going to be together live 3 days in a row. It's going to be on the last week of January. So it's going to be January 27th, 28th, 29th. We're going to meet at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So we're given at least those in the continental United States time to get off work, because I know most of you are working full-time jobs. And these calls are meant to be inspirational, educational, and action-based. So I'll kind of, you'll see it when you sign up, but when you sign up, it's going to be showing up or watching the replay of these calls. So if you're like, I can't show up live, that's okay. Watch the replay. But every day I'm going to have an action item for you guys, because it's not just about learning, it's about taking action, but it's a simple action item, like usually like a question that I want you to give me a response to. And then at the end, if you show up, you do all 3 days, you complete all 3 action items, you will be entered into a drawing for some really awesome prizes that I have. So I think the best part's going to be that you're going to, be on your path to starting a side hustle or your next stream of income that you want to add. But then the second best part is that you get a chance to win stuff. And you get a chance to work with me and some other amazing dietitians and healthcare pros who are motivated and excited as they're moving into 2026. So you can go to katiedodd.com to register for the 3-day challenge. That's my Linktree page. You could also learn about all the other ways we could work together. But I do have some really exciting things that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And I also have some really fun podcast interviews I've been doing. Actually, our next episode's going to be an interview I did with an incredible dietitian named Corey. And then from there, every other week for the next 6 weeks, I have some really incredible interviews that I'm doing. So I'm so excited for this new year. I hope that you're feeling excited too, and pick your word. I'd love it if you'd let me know your word. You can always reach out and let me know, and that way I could be cheering you on. So, anyways, have the best day, have the best 2026, and I just can't wait for what's next for all of us. Bye, guys.